Enucleation and evisceration. Enucleation is the surgical removal of the eyeball with a portion of the optic nerve from the id. So enucleation means the eyeball is surgically removed and a optic nerve stump is kept remaining in that area. ठीक है, माने whole eyeball, whole globe is removed and the optic nerve is kept aside. And evisceration is the intraocular contents are removed along with the inner two coats, retaining the sclera and the optic nerve. Here the sclera and the optic nerve is retained. Here only optic nerve is retained. Here sclera and the optic nerve is retained. And intraocular contents are removed. So what is the indication? The enucleation indication is retinoblastoma, malignant melanoma, eye banking procedure, traumatized eye. But it is contraindicated in panophthalmitis. Evisceration is indicated in panophthalmitis, expulsive hemorrhage. It is done under general anesthesia. Both are done under general anesthesia. If general anesthesia is contraindicated, then it is done under local anesthesia. 4% surface lignocaine with infiltration of 2% lignocaine and adrenaline in 4 quadrants in the retrobulbar space. The upper quadrant, this quadrant, lateral, medial and lower quadrant, all the 4 quadrants, the retrobulbar space injection is given. So what is the step? Universal eye speculum is given, is attached in both the procedure. In the evisceration, the conjunctiva is dissected 360 degree around the limbus. The conjunctiva is dissected 360 degree around the limbus. So if this is the eye and this is the cornea and this is the limbus, so the conjunctiva is dissected 360 degree around the limbus. And here the conjunctiva is dissected 360 degree around the limbus, and also the Tenon's capsule is separated from the sclera up to the extraocular muscles insertion. Here the lateral rectus, medial rectus, superior rectus, inferior rectus, all the muscles are hooked up with a squint hook and cut with the scissor. But here whole cornea is removed. And evisceration scoop is introduced between the sclera and the uveal tract, and 360 degree swept is done to separate the uveal tissue from the sclera and the optic nerve. So optic nerve and the sclera is preserved. And here the enucleation scissor is closed with a closed tip, is introduced in the lateral side of the globe, and whole globe is made to come out, because there already all the 4 rectors are cut with the scissor. So there is a subluxation or the luxation of the eyeball, and the optic nerve is spared. Only the optic nerve is spared. Now at last the oblique muscles is cut. Superior oblique, inferior oblique is cut, and the bleeding is stopped by pressure gauge in both this pressure gauge and saline soaked gauge. So double pad pressure bandage is applied over 48 hours. After that, the implant is inserted with the Tenon's capsule. This implant can be of 3 types: buried implant, semi-buried implant and hydroxyapatite implant. Buried implant of 2 types: non-integrated implant, semi-integrated implant. Non-integrated implant are of acrylic sphere. The recti muscles are tied in a cruciate manner over the implant. It is used in the enucleation, and it is also used in the evisceration. In 4th or 6th week of the evisceration operation, 14 to 16 millimeter in diameter, the acrylic sphere placed within the scleral cup after hemostasis. Sclera and the Tenon capsule and the conjunctiva are sutured. In the semi-integrated, it has holes or the tunnel where the 4 recti muscles are tied separately so that it can move with the movement of the opposite eye. Semi-buried implant of two types, partially buried implant and partially exposed implant. It is not used nowadays. Hydroxyapatite implant is very costly. It is made up of corals, best cosmetic appearance, and it moves with the artificial eye. It is fitted in third or fourth week after the operation by ocularist. So this is all about the enucleation and evisceration. Thank you.